What is up, Arizona? Welcome into something new. You're watching 12 Sports tonight on 12 Plus. I'm Cameron Cox. We're going to catch up with the rest of the crew here in just a moment. Every Thursday night, come hang with us, talking all things Arizona sports. We're going to tell you the important stories, the ones that matter, and introduce you to people that truly inspire right here in the Valley. This is 12 Sports Tonight, Arizona's OG and longest running sports show, streaming on 12 Plus. Let's go. Cardinals won 6 games at home last season, most since 2015. They got 2 national TV games, a very tough stretch to end it right there. 3 of their final 4 games on the road. The Cardinals, of course, coming off 8 wins. Year 3 for head coach Jonathan Gannon. They've doubled that win total each year under JG. Will they do it again? You heard Doug mention week 1 against the Saints. We'll maybe see a former Valley product, high school football product, start for the Saints, either former Hamilton quarterback Tyler Shuck or former Pinnacle QB Spencer Rattler. Week 4, that Thursday night football game, national TV game, home against the Seahawks. I like the bye week around there. Week 8, early in the season, hadn't been that way in a while. You got week 9, Monday Night Football in Dallas. Kyler Murray, 9-0 playing games at AT&T Stadium. And then that cold weather game out there in Cincinnati, Week 17. Before we hear Doug's thoughts on this whole schedule, let's get some reaction. Our friends over at the PHNX Cardinals podcast.
The schedule sets up well for the Arizona Cardinals to get a quick start. Starting with the Big Easy against potentially 2 Arizona products, some inexperienced quarterbacks, an opportunity to show the growth on defense. I love that they've got the 2 primetime games. You have to earn a lot in the NFL, especially when you're not in like the biggest market. You're not in New York. You're not in LA. So look, they have the opportunity, I think, with this schedule early on to maybe turn some heads and maybe get that flex game later in the season. How about that murderer's row at the end of the year? Last 6 games, Cam, I mean, they're going up against the teams, 5 of the 6 over 500 last year. The one team that's not was just a game under it in the Atlanta Falcons. Luckily, the Cardinals get to welcome them to State Farm Stadium. They're going to have to really earn this thing if they want to punch their ticket back to the postseason. Kyler Murray, the narrative around him, can he win at the end of the season? Like, he's really got nowhere to run, and the only way he can get this done is if he, finishes strong.
All right, so how many wins, Bo? Tell me. I'll tell you. I said 12.
You know what? I like that. And I know people are saying, well, it's more linear than that. It's not. I think if you have as much talent as the Cardinals believe they have on the roster, they've revamped what was their biggest weakness, the defensive front 7, that they should make a considerable jump. They doubled their win total last year from 4 to 8. I think that they should be able to make a similar jump for about 3 to 4 extra wins. That should put them right around 11, 12. I don't think that's crazy.
Thanks a lot, Bo. Guys, I got my phone out real quick. I want to get Doug's facial reaction. 12 wins, Doug.
When you said 12 wins, what is that? Why don't we wearing Cardinals hats and everything?
There we go. All right, Doug, when you looked at the schedule, what jumped off the page right away? The first thing you noticed from the schedule?
First thing I noticed from this schedule is very simple. If this team does not make the NFL playoffs, somebody should be fired. Ooh. This is the easiest schedule in the NFL. You get that start that you've already mentioned. Why not start 5-1, possibly 6-0? You really should. But the one thing that I always look at, first thing I look at when it comes to a schedule is something nobody else checks, and it's called rest games. When you look at the schedule, this is an unbelievable advantage for the Cardinals. There are 0 teams in front of you right now that have their bye weekend before they play the Cardinals. Yeah. Nobody has 14 days off to get ready for the Cardinals. The Cardinals get their bye week going into a Monday night game. Sure. So they've got extended rest, and the only team that even has a Thursday night game before the Cardinals, if you look at the bottom, you see that Falcons game. The week before, the Falcons play on Thursday night. So they'll have their mini bye before coming here. Another tremendous advantage. The LA Rams in week 18. They play Monday Night Football in Atlanta. Sure, wow. That means they're going to be in Atlanta, fly 5 hours to get back to L.A. Yeah. They're not going to be in their car until 5 in the morning on Tuesday. And then they've got to get ready for the Cardinals. That is a must-win game for Arizona to end the year.
You didn't know Doug Franz was a travel agent, right? People at home. Did you know that? That's like half his job sometimes.
How many times do you see a team that's well rested, ready to go, new game plan, they run you over? Cardinals never deal with that.
Doug, at the beginning of the year, I really like some of the teams on the card. Like, listen, you say it's one of the easiest schedules in football.
Yes.
To me, it is, without a question. Like, this is so favorable, and it's really more favorable than I think I've noticed in years past.
Right.
Like, the Cardinals have added talent. We know on the defense should be a lot better. The offense, they got a lot of playmakers coming back. They've kind of doubled down on all that offensive talent. It's like, hey, listen, we gave you all this talent. Now go prove it, right? Go make something happen, and the defense should be better. Look at the early games. The Saints. You don't know what you're going to get out of the Saints, right? You don't even know who's going to play quarterback. Carolina's still Carolina. Just because they beat the Cardinals last year, that was a game that Cardinals easily should have had if that defense was just a little bit better, unproven. San Francisco, I feel like the Cardinals have owned them in recent years too as well. Seattle's always tough, but you don't know what you're going to get out of Sam Darnold if he's going to be anything like he was in Minnesota last year. And then, of course, Tennessee, another team, unproven too as well. Indianapolis, unproven. Green Bay, tough. That was a tough game for the Cardinals last year. But, Doug, I see 6, 7, 5 wins right off the rip.
I think 5-1 should be a fair expectation. And I always look at this aspect of the schedule. Every year you're going to play new or young quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Sometimes the big question is, when do you play them? And then you look at
good to get them early, right?
You look at that schedule, you get to either play Tyler Shook or, like you mentioned a little bit ago, Spencer Rattler in week 1, not truly ready and embracing in the Saints offense. Then number 2, a couple weeks later, you're going to take on the Texans and Cam Ward in week 5. So
Titans.
now the Titans, excuse me, yes. So now you're going to get the Titans and the Saints early in the first 5 weeks when their quarterbacks really aren't truly rolling. That's just another example of the benefits this team has. Do they pay for it later? Yeah, it does get a lot tougher in December. But to start the year, you've got the momentum of a 5-1 team.
Kind of a crash course in NFL life before the rest of the team arrives for organized team activities. First round pick, look at them. There's the big man, Walter Nolan, in the house on the field. They're going to throw a bunch at these guys. JG says the learning curve is really steep for a rookie just to come in and contribute, right? Who else better to take us inside rookie camp than the guys? Well, on the inside, here's some of the best lines from the rookies. There are insiders.
Good to see everybody. How y'all doing?
What's up?
What's up? It's going to get worse the next 2 days here. But they'll be fine. They'll get caught up. They know.
Shoot. Cool.
Coach Fry is telling us about the golden rule, but he has his own golden rule. Just don't be a so I can be a bit of a sometimes, so. But in a good way, Don't speed. They ticket pretty easy over here. Hydrate. It's different heat in Arizona. I gotta wear sunscreen. I'm too pale. Intro to geospatial artificial intelligence.
What did he say?
Geospatial artificial intelligence? I have no idea what I'm doing, right? And that was last season, so found a way through. Got an A, actually. I've always wanted to go to space, but, maybe I could help people get there. I think I might be too big. There's a lot of Ohio State guys on this team. It's kind of weird. We're setting our differences aside. We're trying to go win a Super Bowl.
What's it say on the box? Hashtag winning behavior. That's right.
Now he's got a box with a hashtag on it.
Hey, whatever works, right?
Yeah.
All right, keeping it in Tempe, Cardinals linebacker Mac Wilson Sr. hosted his 4th annual Community Day and Celebrity Basketball game at my old stomping grounds, Corona del Sol High School. Wilson's event raising money for Fostering Champions and the Making a Difference Foundation. You see the guys getting buckets, right? They're multi-talented athletes.
T-Sizzle in the building.
Sizzle, you know what it is. Trey McBride.
Oh,
a lot of these guys
Here we
really
go.
hoop.
Take flight, Marv. Just come down softly.
Yeah,
okay, we're
right.
good.
Let's be gentle. Even Michael Wilson said he used to be a basketball player, so getting back in the gym and being able to show off his skills was really fun, and the connectedness of this team is really what's special to see.
Lena, we're going to hear from some of the guys in just a second, but what I took away from it is it felt like half the team was there.
Oh, yeah.
And that was just awesome to see. Just goes to show you how close this team is.
It went perfect. It went as planned, honestly. It was a packed house, a lot of kids, obviously, you see, and great energy, man. Most importantly, it was great energy from start to finish.
Mac is our guy, man. He always doing stuff in the community, so it's awesome to be a part of. Like you said, a lot of the teammates out here, we just having a good time.
I think that speaks volume to the connectedness of the team. When a guy throws an event, feels like half the team is here, so it's special.
Get up, Michael.
Let's hope the connected team is a dangerous team mantra.
There we go.
Feeds into the Cardinals for the Diamondbacks this year.
Hugs for the rookies. Cardinals left tackle Paris Johnson Jr. welcoming all the new kids to town. A couple of his old Ohio State teammates in this group, by the way, including 4th-round pick Cody Simon. And this kid's the real deal. Defensive MVP in the national championship game. He could start at middle linebacker this season for the Cardinals. I talked to him one-on-one moments after arriving. Well, Cody, welcome to the Valley. What's it like? You're an NFL player now. You're here at the NFL facility. You did it. Your dreams come true. Has that hit you yet?
Yeah, I mean, it's hit me, but I mean, now it's just the real work starts now, and we just got to get prepared to probably the longest season I've played my whole life. So I mean, I'm just ready for all the action.
You had to impress the coaches a lot. What was it like in some of those early meetings with JG? And did they put you right to the test? They make you draw on the whiteboard or anything and call out anything?
So yeah, the first meeting I actually just met with linebacker coach, Coach Garcia, but it was figure this play out, tell it back to me, and then we'll ask you about some questions. Then I'm going back to the play, and then you got to run the whole defense. So it was probably my hardest meeting, but it was probably the best meeting I had just because I'm here now. So I'm just excited. I'm ready for the challenge. I'm just ready to go.
You're the quarterback of the defense. That's what that middle linebacker is. I guess how much do you enjoy that? Because you got to know everybody's responsible. Like when you look around, you got to make sure everybody's lined up.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really feel comfortable when I don't know everything that's going on. It might be to my fault, but it's just the way I feel like I'm wired, and I just want to be able to know everything and to be that guy who can answer any question for you.
Did you kind of sense the culture they're building here? A lot of similar guys all pushing in one direction.
Yeah, I heard it starts with Coach Gannon. I mean, he's really pushing that for a strong culture, and I think it's turned right now. And I mean, just like earlier, I think we're only a couple games away from really winning the big one. So, all we need is a couple more plays, a couple more games here and there, and, we could be up there.
Tell me about your family. So your dad was in the Army. Mom went to Michigan, ran track there, and brother was almost made it to the NFL, right?
Yeah, so my brother played at Notre Dame for 4 and then Pitt at 2, and then he got signed by the Bills and then got cut. But he's playing in the UFL right now. They've always taught me to be the leader and to be the person who, when no one's watching you, do the right thing. And I thank them for that because it gives me that conscience and that, the awareness to always be the person who's giving a helping hand and always being a leader around for everyone else.
It's just you and your brother, right?
Yeah, just me and him.
You're the youngest.
Youngest, yeah.
You had to scrap a little bit.
A little bit. I mean, my brother taught me how to do anything I could to win, and I still wouldn't win sometimes. So, but I thank him for that because he's trailblazed my hope for everything in sports for my family. So, I appreciate him, and he'll be back up here one day.
We didn't do a good enough job, and we got to do stuff different and change to be better.
I sat there a few weeks ago and listened to Suns owner Matt Ishbia take accountability for one of the biggest failures in Valley sports history, certainly the biggest financial failure in NBA history, highest payroll that doesn't make the playoffs, back-to-back seasons firing a coach after 1 year. Embarrassing. He admitted it. Ishbia owned it. Promised you, the fans, real change. This doesn't feel like it. James Jones is out. Brian Gregory is in. Suns naming Gregory as the new GM, joined the Suns front office a couple of years ago, has nearly 2 decades of college head coaching experience. To get this, was an assistant coach at Michigan State when Ishbia was on the roster as a walk-on. Gregory will be the voice on the basketball side and report directly to Ishbia, according to Arizona Sports' John Gambadoro. Those I talked to today, I did make some calls on this, described him as a smart basketball mind and good with people. Suns need that. Gregory, by the way, going to lead the Suns coaching search.
We're going to make some changes, right? And as the owner, my job is to, make those changes and do things differently.
Other changes, James Jones demoted, but he is going to stay with the team as a senior advisor. Jones, of course, became the Suns GM back in 2019, won Executive of the Year in 2021 when they went to the finals, and then added President of Basketball Operations to his job title in 2022. Josh Bartelstein going to remain the team's CEO, but he's going to focus solely on the business side. All these changes come after the Suns missed the playoffs for the first time since 2020.
We are going to be making changes, and there's going to be things that are going to be different.
We'll see about that. My first reaction to all of this is I don't understand how promoting from within a failed season can feel like real change. It feels like you're just rearranging the deck chairs on the Titanic. Regardless, a rebuild is coming. A new, younger head coach is coming. It will be a few years before this roster gets back to a championship level. I do agree. The Suns needed a new voice leading basketball decisions, a stronger voice, a better leader, maybe someone who could stand up to the owner. To be very clear, this is a Matt Ishbia hire. He and Gregory got some history. Remember, Jones was already here when Matt bought the team. Then they tried that. It did not work. Only one person left to blame now. Ishbia promised something new, a new culture, right? This move will not excite the fans, who, by the way, this team needs to win back and gain back their trust. Hiring a GM who was fired by 2 different college jobs with barely any NBA experience only creates more questions, maybe change.
I'm excited about those changes, and you're going to see them, and it will be undeniable.
We'll see about that. If this works, the owner finally got a guy he could trust, got his guy. If this doesn't work, well, that's why you don't rearrange the deck chairs on the Titanic. Those are my comments. Let me hear yours at CamCox12.
That's a change that's coming, and it will be undeniable. You will know the difference next year.
I'm excited about what our network, NBC, is doing with the NBA. It's a throwback to, like, really, I think some of the greatest times of the NBA.
Yeah, from like 90 to like 2002. Those were like the best years of the NBA, and all those games you could watch right here on NBC. It is coming back, the NBA, this fall to NBC. We could not be more excited. And guys, that means our favorite song is back too. Oh, even sounds good, right?
NBA is coming home to NBC.
All right, they got the old school music back, and now NBC is adding the GOAT to its NBA coverage, Michael Jordan. Yes, that MJ is going to be a special contributor for weekly games right here on 12. Of course, the NBA is returning to 12 this October for the first time in 23 years, as we were just talking about back in the 90s. Always must-see TV when the NBA was on NBC. We had the biggest games, right, and shows. Remember, we had the Suns Jam Session back in the day and the Charles Barkley Show. Speaking of that Charles Barkley Show, after the Suns lost to MJ and the Bulls in the 93 finals, Chuck sat down with MJ, who at the time just retired for the first time.
My special one-on-one guest this week is the newly retired Mr. Michael Jordan. How's the retired life?
Pretty easy, Charles. I don't have to work. I don't do nothing but watch you.
Now the lean-in move. You see how he looks like Superman flying. Taking a more difficult dunk. Like that one?
Would you please tell these people, and I've told them 1,000 times, you will not come back?
No, I haven't had any intentions of coming back. I mean, you never say never, but my never is like 98%. If it gets cold in Chicago, I'm going to have to come out in Phoenix and visit.
You're welcome. I know, we're doing a commercial now, but that's work. But you come out, you can stay with me. I got security. Anybody comes close, I'll punch him or shoot him. One of the two.
The Phoenix Suns in triple overtime have defeated the Chicago Bulls. Knocked away by Grant. It's all over. The Chicago Bulls have won 3 straight NBA championships.
What do you give me for Christmas?
Whatever you want. You know you can get anything you want. What do you want for Christmas? Besides a world championship, I can't give you that.
I think I'm going to get that, but let's see. What can... You say you're going to get me a watch.
You deserve it. I mean, you need to know the time to lead the game.
I hope you enjoyed the interview tonight, and thank you for tuning in.
Do I get paid?
Yeah.
Of course, MJ. How neat is that to listen to those two just chop it up? Troy was asking during it, like, when was that? That was his first retirement. Before baseball, before he came back and won more titles with the Bulls, before he went to the Wizards. That was right after they beat the Suns in 93 for the title. And MJ thought that was it. Of course, we all know what happened after that, coming back to the game and everything. It's just crazy. It's going to be awesome to see. You know, a lot of feedback I've been seeing from fans is like such a golden era for basketball, and they're bringing back all those things that really connected people to the game. They're going to show the intros, you know, when the players come off the bench. Broadcast went away from that for some reason. So they're going to give you a better experience with the NBA on NBC, and it's going to have a lot of that old school feel to it. It's going to be cool.
Can you find out from Barkley if he ever got his watch?
His watch from Charles?
Yeah.
Watch from MJ.
But I saw somewhere, I think I read it today, that 40% of all the sports on broadcast TV are going to be on NBC. We have NFL, now we have NBA, major tournament golf, then we have NASCAR
too as well.
College football.
College football.
This is your spot.
Racing. Yeah, this is it. We'll see. We're just not going to leave here. At least the sports team probably won't.
Yeah, exactly. You'll sleep here.
Preston and Grace, senior stars on the Sun Devil men's and women's golf teams, are graduating from ASU. Graduating with them, their mom.
I'm glad I'm the only daughter. So I don't have to share with anyone else.
I always knew that, you know, me and Grace were going to graduate together, and that's really special. And, you know, to have my mom alongside us, it makes it so much better.
I'm so proud of them. I really am so proud of them. And to be with them was so cool. We tried to reenact the picture that we had taken years ago.
Barbara Jean first graduated college 18 years ago with a degree in health and administration, going back to get her master's degree on campus in liberal studies with an emphasis in religious studies. No surprise to those that know her best.
It was almost like I was watching. As a parent, I was like, oh my gosh.
It's her sport. Learning is her passion, and it's all been cool to see how much it's meant to her to go back to school.
Boyd and Barbara Jean started dating in high school. The couple will celebrate 25 years this summer.
We were dating in high school when we were doing our homework together, and I've known how much it's meant to her. So seeing her walk, I think I'm gonna get pretty choked up.
That passion for learning, rediscovered from helping the kids with their schoolwork over the years.
I found myself loving to help them. I've always loved learning, and I thought, I'm gonna go back to school.
For their entire lives, Mom was always the family's biggest cheerleader, sometimes caddy.
It's off the, it's off the right to left a little bit.
In charge of schedules for 3 elite golfers and a golf swing coach.
She does everything around the house. She's our handyman too, because I'm always gone and the kids are always traveling.
My mom is someone that does pretty much everything for everyone else.
Oh, Grace, you're gonna wanna land it on the front and let it just roll.
But this time it was the family's turn to be Mom's cheerleader and biggest supporter.
To see them support me and be excited for me and proud of me was really, really cool. And even Cameron, who's still in high school, asked, Mom, how was class today when I'd get home?
I'm so proud of my mom because, I feel like she's found her purpose. She always did stuff for us, and I'm just proud of her to do something for herself.
She sees this on a golf course. I've never seen her do this.
I've seen this. I think I learned that you're never too old, You're never too old to go back to school. You're never too old to do something you love. And I loved being a stay-at-home mom and supporting my kids. But I've learned that, it's important for moms to also do things for themselves. This is to win the Masters, because I'll be caddying at his first Masters.
Yes. Geraldo Perdomo, as we know, always in a great move. Just signed that big 4-year, $45 million extension in spring training. Homegrown success story, right? The D-backs signed him out of the Dominican Republic and brought him up all the way through the farm system. Now the 25-year-old, we all know, is an all-star, a leader, and as we recently found out, a frog.
I'm very proud of what I've been doing so far with my hitting coach. Made my mom proud every single day, Her dream is she wanna go to the All-Star game with me. That's why I think I've been put so much hard work in, and I wanna make her proud. That's her dream, and I just try to make her dream come true.
Perdomo also has a new nickname.
Everybody call me different, like Jerry, Domo, Little Frog, Cold Blood now. I don't mind.
Frogman started when he came off the bench, helping the D-backs get a win over the Mets at the end of April. Then he let his personality show for the post-game cameras.
It's no pressure. I got my blood is like frog. You know how the frog? Right. Cold.
Yes. Terrible. They call him the frog man.
My blood is like a frog, cold, like the old sports cliche. He's got ice water in his veins, clutch.
I know they were giving him some stuff about why didn't he go with snake blood for a cold-blooded animal. His first choice was a frog.
His teammates and manager were left wondering, why frog?
Snakes are cold-blooded. Right, so he had a chance to say, I'm like a diamondback, I'm like a snake. So I just enjoyed that whole interaction.
What's it, frog blood or what's it? It's a snake, Popeye, snake. No more frog, no more frog.
You already given up on the frog already? I thought that was your thing.
Yeah, but I'm a snake. I forget the snake have cool blood too. I hate it.
You hate it?
Yeah, I'm not frog.
You're quick.
When do you see a black frog?
And that'll do it for us. Thank you so much for watching 12 Sports tonight on 12 Plus. Same time, same place next Thursday. I'm Cameron Cox. We'll see you back here Sunday night at 10:30.